Hey, Sai, I need you to settle a debate for me and my wife. This is not good. Okay. Would you use your Roth IRA as an emergency fund? Why or why not? Okay. Complicated question, but I'm going to make it as simple as I can. So let me go back to the fire checklist. So I've been using my fire checklist since 2014. Okay. But before I go into that, do I use my Roth IRA as an emergency fund? No, but I do use it as a very last resort. The world has to be like the whole storm has to come to me all at once. Okay. Because I do have an order of what I need to do. Let's say I lose my job, I lose my business, YouTube goes bankrupt, and nothing else survives. Okay. Then, if that happens, the very first step I'm going to do is reduce my expenses. All of my discretionary expenses stop. Okay. And then I'm going to drain my cash second, because whatever I have, I should have 6 months of expenses set aside in a high yield savings account. The third one is going to be the taxable brokerage account. I don't want to touch my retirement just yet because I treat my Roth IRA as my retirement account. Okay. So if I have to pay 15% in capital gains tax, so be it, right? If I don't have any income at all, then it's going to be 0% capital gains tax rate anyway, right? And then the next one, let's say I ran out of all my cash, ran out of all my taxable brokerage account. Then the next one would be my Roth IRA contributions only. The Roth IRA contributions allows you to take money out, just the dollars that you put in. If I had $100,000 in my Roth IRA, and $40,000 of that is what I put in, and $60,000 is what accumulated in interest and earnings, then I can only access $40,000 of that. Because if I touch the remaining dollars in there, then I'm going to be penalized 10%, and I'm going to get charged federal and state income taxes on it. Okay. Then after that, it will be my 401k loan. It has to be my very last resort. So do I actively use a Roth IRA as an emergency fund? No, I'm always going to have cash right here. I'm always going to have an emergency fund, because I know one day I'm gonna have to experience something like a flood in my house again. Somebody on the streets in Vegas, they're gonna hit me in a car accident, or I might lose my job one day out of nowhere, got laid off, right? Or, well, in my case, I guess losing my business. That will be a possibility. If that happens, I have an order. I'm gonna drain what I have in my investments, taxable investments, and I'm gonna go to my emergency fund first, cash first. And then when I find a job, I can replenish that. And I never touch my Roth IRA or HSA ever. HSA will require me to have a medical emergency, and I need a surgery, and it's going to cost me $50,000 to fix whatever, right? That would be the exception. Roth IRA, it needs to be like a life and death in my matter. Like if I can't feed my family anymore because I don't have a job, then I would use a Roth IRA. Only the contributions. I would never take out the earnings because the penalty is too big. I wouldn't take out 40% loan from anybody. Why would I pay 40% in penalty and taxes to the Roth IRA earnings, right? So always have the cushion between you and the floor, and make sure that you have that cash reserve, so you don't take out a loan, you don't take money out of your retirement, you don't take money out of your early retirement account. That's the whole idea. Okay. So go to firesetcheck.com/resources. You can get this checklist. Maybe one day I'll get create a separate checklist for like the order of cash withdrawal, but that's really hard to kind of plan, right? You can always have like a safe and just keep the cash in a safe if you want to. I'm a firm believer in like prepping for an emergency. Not a doomsday prepper, but if there's we don't get tornadoes here, but if we got an earthquake or something like that, we always want to have a go bag ready to go. Grab it and go to a shelter. We're always kind of, protecting ourselves and making sure that we know what to do in case of an emergency. So great question though. I hope that kind of settled between you and your wife.